Hi there, good afternoon and welcome to our session where we sit down and practice even more. So I welcome you to BYJU'S exam prep channel that is dedicated to your success as a B school aspirant, and in order to help you, we keep on bringing in a lot of practice sessions across a lot of different domains, a lot of different aspects of your preparation. Hang on, my lights here are flickering, so just give me a second so that I can fix it, and at least I don't go blind. Okay, but I will be with you nevertheless. So if you are new to our channel, please make sure that you subscribe. That way you'd be able to participate in this particular session along with me. And we actually bring in a lot of concept based sessions. We also upload quite a few recordings. We tell you about different exams, etc. So it'll be a great idea to also enable the notifications by pressing the bell icon. That will ensure that you do not miss out on a single session that is brought to you on this particular channel. My name is Vikrant. I am your personal coach for all things related to English and communication. And before I go ahead and talk about questions, here is a thought that I want you to ponder over briefly. So now that you have begun this journey of your CAT preparation, as long as you can be regular, you can be consistent, as long as you keep on showing up every day, I am sure that there is absolutely nothing that should make you feel that the journey is impossible for you. And don't forget that you and I are also in it together. So Agrima, Samarth, good afternoon. So let's dive into our questions. So here is the first bit that I have for you today. So directions for questions 1 to 4. Read the passage, answer the questions. Shall we start? Here you go. So passage 1, I'll take you through these paragraph by paragraph. Wherever I can fit 2 paragraphs, I'll do that. 1 paragraph, I'll do that. So paragraph by paragraph, and once you're done reading, do let me know so that I can take you over to the next slide. Let's begin. So a phenomenon that most of us are familiar with, right? Influencer marketing. Within that we are talking about momfluencers. Wildly unequal. Some are very successful, some not so, but it is a growing pie. Taking you to the next paragraph, next slide rather. Next. Okay, next, and here is the last paragraph of the passage for you. So, a very contemporary kind of passage that focuses on the issues that are pertinent to the world that we live in. And with that, let's dive into our questions, starting with the first one. So, what's your take? Which answer would you choose? Pay close attention. Okay. So, first up, let us simplify it. Which of the following is not false basically means which of the following is true. So, let's start with A. Momfluencers require a professional film crew and a photographer. Not true. Why? The macro momfluencers use it. Yes. It is desirable. Yes. But is it required? Is it necessary for you to have a professional film crew and a photographer to be a momfluencer? According to the passage, no. You can do that if you're big, but it is not required. So A, because it is not true, should be ruled out. So Samarth, Agrima, what else? Most content posted by momfluencers is not genuine. True. Given in the passage. Very rarely authentic. So if it is very rarely authentic, then it means that it is mostly not authentic, that is mostly not genuine. Okay, see, this is what they got wrong. This was the data of 2019 and not of 21, therefore not true. And when you say D, the momfluencer industry was worth $46 billion. No, it was not the momfluencer industry. It was the new mom economy. The apps, the products, the services targeting millennial parents, they are worth $46 billion. That's just not the momfluencer industry, the new mom industry. And that is why even D is not true. And therefore, I think we need to go ahead and choose B as our answer to question number 1. Here is the next one. So give this a shot. So use the seeker of your video to go back to the relevant part and hopefully Okay, so what is it that the last paragraph talks about? The last paragraph primarily focuses on this disturbing trend of putting your children first. And where does it end? Performing your childhood for an outside, unseen, and adult global audience can mess you up. So this entire paragraph is basically telling us that, hey, making your children perform for an audience, particularly girls, does not seem to be right. Now let's start eliminating. I think none of you have chosen A or C, so let's rule it out. So let's pick B and D. B talks about striking a balance between being a good parent and maintaining the influencer status. Is the paragraph talking about that? Notice you want to continue the passage. So are they struggling to be a good parent and maintaining their influencer status? Whereas the last paragraph very clearly talks about the fact that using children is not good. So you'd ideally like to address that fact more, and that is where D scores over B. Okay, so B talks about the struggle of moms. It is not talking about the impact that it has on children, and that's where it actually deviates from the last paragraph, and thus we can actually go ahead and rule it out. Here is the next question for you to ponder over. So I think this is a question where if we use elimination, chances are that we should be able to arrive at an answer easily. Sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a look. Now, how about A? A says that momfluencers curate their content through an agency, which is wrong. They are represented by an agency. The content is their own. So it's not the agency that curates. Easy to eliminate. Similarly, look at D. Children are not even mentioned in this particular paragraph. Easy to eliminate. That leaves you with B and C. Now you notice B has a positive tone. But does your paragraph have a positive tone? Nope. And therefore even this gets ruled out. So C is neutral. That's what it highlights, and therefore that is the one that we should choose as our answer. So there are times when there are these tiny subtle things that can change the direction of our answer completely. Here is the next one. So the last question based on the passage, read the question stem carefully and then go through the answers. Okay, so shall we dive into it? Question number 4. बड़ा टाइम लग रहा है यार आंसर देने में तुमको. So none of the following can be inferred from the passage except. So it means that we are looking for something that can be inferred on the basis of the passage. So let us start. How about A? A and B both talk about the future of the industry, whereas the passage does not mention the future, and therefore I'd say that the label that we apply to both of these should be can't say. Okay, then that takes you to C. C says because of economic barriers, the mom influencer industry is unequal and accessible only to a select few. This part is not right. It is accessible to everyone, but yes, there are inequalities. There are some people who earn a lot of money, there are some people who do not, and the ones who earn a lot of money are not necessarily the one who started out as people with a professional crew. That's something that we cannot determine. Huh? Maybe they became big and then they upgraded. So can't say. Whereas D can be termed true on the basis of the last couple of paragraphs, and that is why our answer, as both Agrima and Samartha have also arrived at, has to be option D. With that, let me take you over to your next set of questions. So this should be question number 5 and 6. 6, 7 kaise aa gaya idhar? So question number 5 and 6, both of these are in short paragraph, odd sentence out questions. These are non-MCQ, so you won't get options in a way. I mean that technically they're always MCQs. So you'd have 5 sentences. 4 of them belong to the same paragraph, 1 does not. The one that does not belong to the paragraph is supposed to be chosen as your answer. So here is your first question. I will go ahead and fix the numbers at the back end though. So what's your take? Guys, which one of these would you choose as the odd one out? So absolutely yes, the correct answer is indeed 3. Since both of you managed to get this right, we can actually skip it and move over to the next one. So what's your take on question number 6? Okay, so what's your take on 6th? So let's see. In sentence A, a seagull is being shamed. Sentence B talks about knees becoming weak, feathers sagged, there was roaring in his ears. So connected to that feeling of a shamed bird. Sentence D is talking about once again a seagull, and there are these quote marks that can connect. Sentence E talks about to be centered for shame meant that he would be cast out of gull society, banished to a solitary life, still connected. But when I look at 3, because it is the silence and the shame that allows sexual abuse to continue. Suddenly, this so far so good. By the time I reached here, things were fine, but this does not jive with the rest of the sentence. And that is why 3rd should be the odd one out. So let me take you over to the next 2 questions. Last year I think I did not include much of vocabulary questions in these sessions of mine, but that's absolutely critical for us to do well in the CAT as well as the other exams, so let's not make that mistake. Please go ahead and read this. You're looking for a synonym for this word. Okay, I'll make you read the directions once again. Pick out the word that can best replace the highlighted word without changing the meaning of the given sentence, or in other words, we are basically looking for a contextual synonym. Here is the question and your time starts now. Okay, so the correct answer for question number 7 is option B. So pummel essentially means to strike repeatedly with your fists, and pounding would also come rather close, right? So if you look at yoking, yoking means to put a yoke on an animal. You combine or attach them with a yoke. Yoke can also mean to attack somebody, especially by strangling. So not close. Winding, a winding path, a winding river is the one which repeatedly turns in different directions. Okay, then you can also have a winding story. A winding story is complicated and involves many changes. Dwindling simply means gradually becoming smaller in size or amount, becoming fewer in numbers. And with that, let me ask you the next question. Question number 8 on your screen. Give me the synonym. All right. So what's your take for question number 8? Good afternoon, Resham. So absolutely yes, Harsh and Agrima. The correct answer is indeed option A. See, yoke, if you say that people are under the yoke of a person, then it means that they are forced to live in a very difficult or unhappy state because of that person. And bondage also basically means this situation where you are someone else's slave, so definitely comes close. Fatality is a death caused by an accident. Casualty is a person who is injured or killed in an accident or a war. Rationality, you already know, the quality of being based. So when something is based on clear thought and reason, or when you arrive at decisions using clear thought and reason, then you're using rationality. So between bondage and fatality, I think we can definitely choose bondage as our answer. Samarth, fetters would mean bediyan, zanjeerein, chains that can be used to tie people. So will it be, it's not a close synonym of yoke. Yoke is you are under the burden. And here is the next one. So these questions are the ones that we typically call verbal analogy questions. Okay, so in these questions, you get a pair of words as part of your question, and in this case I am asking you to choose another pair of words which happens to have a relationship similar to the one that is given to you in the question. So here it is on your screen. Go ahead and tell me what the answer should be. So if I look at the relationship here, what do I say? Just like a combination of, so basically words make up a dictionary. Similarly, all the living cells within the body constitute a body, and that is why in this particular case the answer must be option B. Here a combination of hair do not mean make a scalp. Scalp is that layer of skin underneath the hair. Even if you remove hair, you have scalp there. And if I look at C, row, ROE, row is so do they make a fish? No, they don't. And that's why B should remain our best answer. So that's what I brought for you. If you enjoyed this session, hey, go ahead, like it too. And there is a workshop that I'm taking on the 21st of March where I talk about VARC in great detail. If you're somebody who has questions about how to prepare for the VARC section, this can be an excellent opportunity for you to spend some time with me and discuss it. Additionally, if you want to know what kind of percentile would you require with your kind of background to reach a particular IM, use our CAT college predictor. Just put in your background and we'd be able to tell you a lot accurately. If you wish to work even more closely with us, we offer a very comprehensive CAT 24 programs. The new batches are launching every couple of weeks. And we've gone on to produce excellent results, and to make it easier for you to join, we have a scholarship test happening on the 24th of March. So make sure that you go ahead and benefit from that test as well. And if you have any doubt, any concern, any question, you want to sit down with a member of our team one-on-one discussing your preparation, please fill up this form and we'll get back to you on this. Harsh, it's basically vocabulary plus reasoning. I think I took a verbal analogy session for Maharashtra CET on YouTube. Look for it. I think I probably took it around 3 weeks ago. In that session, we went ahead and talked about it in greater detail. So maybe going through that session can help. Okay. So that's it from me today. I look forward to meeting you once again in my next session. Until then, stay safe, stay focused, and even more importantly, stay in touch. I really value your taking out the time and spending it right here with me, where we get an opportunity to work together. See you soon. Until then, have fun. Enjoy your Sunday.